Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about chemical properties of metal. These topics are under CBSE Std-10 syllabus from 3rd chapter. Earlier we have seen what all are the physical properties of metal, non-metal and what are the exceptional cases from them. Here we are starting with the first chemical property of metal, that is when metal burn in the air, what will happen? Now these reactions, when metal will burn in the air, then it will definitely going to react with oxygen, because with the help of oxygen metal will burn. When with the help of oxygen metal will burn, that means metal will combine with oxygen and they will form metal oxides. So here we are going to study one by one all the basic and main metals when they are going to react with oxygen, when they are going to burn in the air, then which kind of products they will form. So basically when we are saying that metal is burning in the air, that means it is going to combine with oxygen. And when metal will react with oxygen, it will form metal oxides. All the metal oxides are basic in nature. First, copper. When copper will react with oxygen, it will give us copper oxide. Aluminium will react with oxygen and it will give us aluminium oxide. Now, metal oxides are basic in nature, but some of the metal oxide, for example, aluminium oxide and zinc oxides will show both the type of property. That means they will show acidic as well as basic properties. That's why they are called amphoteric oxides. When the oxide will show both character, acidic as well as basic, then they are termed as amphoteric oxide. So when aluminium will react with acid, now we are checking their reaction with acid as well as with the base. So when aluminium oxide will react with acid, it will give us salt, aluminium chloride and water. Just like neutralization reaction. In neutralization reaction also we will get, suppose for example here with the acid the base will be there, NaOH. Then we will get here salt and water. Same way this oxide is amphoteric oxide. So with acid it will show basic character and it will give us salt and water. Now when it is reacting with base, it will show acidic character. So they are acting as base as well as acid. So that's why it is termed as amphoteric oxide. Now another important term is alkali. When metal oxide will form, all metal oxide are insoluble in the water, but some of the metal oxides are soluble in the water. So they are termed as alkali. When metal oxide will get soluble in the water, they are being basic in character, they will give us base. For example, sodium oxide. When react with water, it will give us base, that is sodium hydroxide. That's why they termed as alkali. Metal oxide which is soluble in the water. Same way we can also write reaction for potassium oxide, and when it will react with water it will get dissolved in the water and it will give us potassium hydroxide. So that's why when metal oxides are soluble in the water, they will give us base, and those base are termed as alkali. These are some important term, that metal oxides are basic, then what are the amphoteric oxides, then what are the alkalis. Now coming back to our chemical properties of metal, that here I have noted down some of the metals. So we will see this metal when they are going to react with oxygen, when they are going to react and when they are going to burn in the air, what will happen. Potassium and sodium, they are very reactive. We cannot keep it open, they will catch fire. So we have to keep them immersed in the kerosene or in the oil, because they are very reactive. They will catch fire if we are keeping it open in the atmosphere. At room temperature also it will catch fire. So we have to keep them immersed in the oil or kerosene. Now magnesium, zinc and lead, when we are keeping them open in the atmosphere, then one thin layer of oxide will form on them, and further oxidation will stop because of this oxide formation. So they will react with the atmospheric oxygen and they will form oxide layer on top of that metal. So once that layer will form, then no longer that metal will come in a contact with oxygen. So that layer will become a protective layer and further oxidation will not be possible for this metal. Now coming to iron, iron will not burn, but when we are taking a iron filling, then iron filling will readily burn with atmospheric oxygen. And silver and gold, these are termed as noble metals and they do not react at all. Even at high temperature also they will not react with atmospheric oxygen. So silver and gold will not show any reaction with atmospheric oxygen. But sodium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, lead and iron will show reaction with atmospheric oxygen according to their reactivity. Because here sodium and potassium are most reactive. In between magnesium, zinc and lead and iron will not burn with oxygen. We have seen under chemical properties that aluminium, when it will come in contact with oxygen, it will form aluminium oxide, or the oxygen will form a protective layer on the metal. So once that protective layer will form, the further oxidization of metal will not be possible. This oxide layer formation will save metal by being oxidized, and metal will not get oxidized further because of its own oxide layer on top of it. Now this process is known as anodizing. We are using the same chemical properties of aluminium and we will coat any article of aluminium. Aluminium is a metal which has very low melting point and it is abundant element on the earth. So aluminium is widely used in gift article and some showpiece article. So when we want aluminium to be a shiny, a colorful, then we are using the same chemical property of aluminium and we will coat a thick layer of oxide on the aluminium article. Further we can color this and further we can give a look, whatever a shiny or whatever type of pattern we want to do, it won't further, because of this protective layer of oxide on the metal, it will not further corrode by the oxidation. And the gift article or any article will remain, showpiece will remain as it is for years together. So how we are going to do this is an electrolytic cell. As an electrolyte, I have taken sulfuric acid. As a cathode, take any inert electrode, carbon, platinum, any electrode. And as an anode, I have taken here a gift article which you want to coat, on which we want to make a oxide protective layer. So this is my article. Now once the electricity will pass from the cell, the oxygen gas will evolve at anode and it will react with this aluminium. Of course, whatever article we are placing here, it should be very clean and its surface should be cleaned properly. So once that clean surface will come in contact with oxygen, it will immediately form an oxide layer. And after this process will end, it will form a thick protective layer on this article. So this article will be covered with a thick aluminium oxide layer and it will be further protected by atmospheric oxidation, atmospheric moisture, and it will remain same as it is, its shine will remain as it is for years together. Further we can paint it also. So here all the details I have noted down. Quickly we will go through this detail, that process of forming a thick oxide layer on aluminium is known as anodizing. So basically when aluminium will come in a contact with oxygen, it will automatically form a thin oxide layer on the surface. But Here we are doing it artificially and manually. Why? Because we need a thick oxide layer. So the thick protective layer will safeguard the aluminium for longer period of time. Anode, we have taken a clean aluminium article on which we want oxide layer. Cathode, any chemically inert electrode we can take, for example carbon. Electrolyte, sulfuric acid. Oxygen gas evolved at anode. This we have to remember, that what all oxygen gas will evolve at anode will react with aluminium and it will make thick protective layer. So this is a process of anodizing by which we are protect aluminium article and aluminium showpiece. So this is a chemical property of metal. When they are coming in contact with atmospheric oxygen, when they will burn in air, they will give us various kind of products. So this is all about that when metal will react with atmospheric oxygen, which kind of products they are going to make. In coming videos, we are going to learn about when metal will react with water and metal will react with acid, which kind of products they are going to make. So don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.